The players who were on that team, Anthony Fasano, the tight end, he said, you know, for November, it was a hot day because me and our offensive lineman, Richie Incognito, we stayed out there. We got cooled off a little bit.
Second down and 5. Gaskin on the delay goes nowhere. And it was Poona Ford with the tackle. So they didn't mind the sprinklers going off, I guess.
No, no. They said it was an unseasonably hot day there in November. Need a little bit of cooling off there in the second half.
Third down and 6. Loss of 1 on the play. Dick Stockton, Brady Quinn, Sarah Walsh with you. Fourth quarter here in Miami. Seahawks leading 17-12. They need 6 yards and they're going to get it. Jakeem Grant bounces off a defender and gets more than he needs. Gets it up and a first down to the 44.
What's man-to-man coverage? And so when you're in a stacked formation, you create space. Look how much space Jakeem Grant has to work with versus Trey Flowers. Soft coverage, and talked about before, just his quickness. Easy pitch and catch for Ryan Fitzpatrick in the conversion.
21 of 30 in the game, and a lot of them have been underneath short passes and slants, and it's been effective against the Seattle defense.
Like 20!
From the 44, here is Jordan Howard. And gets a couple of yards on first down.
You know, sometimes the best defense is a good offense. And I think one of the things we've seen from Miami in this game is really eating up the time of possession. Leading Seattle right now, but that offense has been so hot for Seattle. You know, frustrate them, try to keep them on the sidelines off the field with these long, methodical drives. And that's really what we've seen from Miami. They got to do a better job of capitalizing and figure out ways of getting in the end zone.
They got enough field goals, but they're down by 5. They're going to need a touchdown if they're going to really get a chance to overtake the Seahawks. Second down and 7. And here is Howard, who gets hit immediately, and Wright again. I'll tell you what, a 1-2 punch at linebacker for KJ Wright, Bobby Wagner in this Seattle defense from the past. Really,
they're a heck of a tandem, and one of the reasons why they've been able to play for so long is their diagnosis of the play. They see the little screen to Howard, and he's right there. See Jesse Davis, the tackle, can't get out to him in time.
3-yard loss on the play, and the ball jarred loose by Wright. Third and 10. Pressure coming on Fitzpatrick. Fires it, and the pass is knocked away. And they're going to get a flag. Preston Williams immediately put his hand up, saying he was interfered with, and a flag goes down.
It's Quandre Diggs who was making a play on the football. The question is, you know, did he make contact with Preston Williams?
And there are 2 flags. One is back near the line of scrimmage.
Let's take another look. You got Preston Williams working across the field.
There are fouls against both teams on the play. Holding offense from the 73. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on the defense, number 37, hit against the defensive receiver. Those penalties will offset. Replay.
And Pete Carroll is livid on the sideline. Austin Jackson was holding on the play, and he's really upset over Diggs' defense on Preston Williams. They'll replay the down.
Well, I think the tough part is the ball was thrown low. And I just don't know, as a defender, how you go about trying to make a play on the receiver and the ball without diving low like that. And there's a good chance you're probably going to hit, you know, him above the to the head or neck area.
Third and 10 again. And here comes the safety blitz, and the pass is going to be caught at the 40-yard line by Isaiah Ford. Isaiah Ford with a big catch, but another penalty flag is down at the 42-yard line of Seattle.
It's against Seattle. It's going to be on Ugo Amadi. Even if that ball wasn't complete to Ford, we're going to have the first down. What a catch by Ford.
Pass interference on the defense, number 28. Penalties decline.
16 yards. And a first down into Seahawk territory.
And if you go back and look at that throw, Fitzpatrick throws this before Ford's open. That's the trust that he has in his wide receiver. See Ugo Amadi grabbing his back. Doesn't allow him to come back to the football. Either way, great play by Ford.
Third catch of the game for 37 yards. That was the big one, though. Early here in the fourth quarter, Dolphins trying to get into the end zone. And this one intended for Parker, thrown out of bounds. Second down.
You know, KJ Wright dropping underneath that forced Fitz not feel overly comfortable with putting that ball in a spot where Parker could get it.
9 different receivers have caught passes from Ryan Fitzpatrick today.
Please reset the game clock to 11 minutes, 47 seconds, 11:47. And we'll take 25 seconds on the play clock. 11:47 on the game.
Well, the Miami Dolphins have knocked on the door but haven't crashed the end zone for a touchdown. Sanders has been perfect on the day, but they haven't been able to get a TD, and they're going to have to get one if they're going to survive in this game against Seattle at some point.
They need a big play. I mean, that's what they need. They need Parker. They need someone to step up and create a big play for this offense right now. Get in the red zone, get in the end zone.
Their biggest gain was 26 yards pass to Breida, and this pass is going to be caught by Gesicki, and now incomplete. The ball hit the ground, incomplete on the play, and it'll be second down and 10. Third and 10, as a matter of fact.
This is a tight window. Watch this. Fitzpatrick anticipating it, and KJ Wright almost gets his hand on another ball. Hands.
Wasn't close.
It's 2 today so far. He's gotten his hands around.
Third and 10. Fitzpatrick dives, and he's going to be right near the first down yardage.
How about that? The 37-year-old taking off. They dropped 9 into coverage. Only had 2 guys rushing there.
And he's the second leading rusher on the team, and here's one of the reasons why.
Yeah, I mean, how many times do we see 2 guys rushing the quarterback?
He looked at Gaskin, didn't go that way, went straight ahead. And it's a first down, and here is Gaskin carrying, and a good gain on first down.
Well, think about Ted Karras. He's like looking around going, where's everyone going? Everyone's just dropping out in the coverage.
You know, you wonder which defense is going to get worn down first with some of these long drives, and lining up in a hurry are the Dolphins. Second down and 1. And Gaskin gets the first down. Wagner on the tackle. So now at the 16-yard line of Seattle are the Dolphins, trailing by 5. Still early in this fourth quarter.
You get Austin Jackson, their left tackle, coming off the field. Julian Davenport coming on at the left tackle spot. But you know, you talked about it a moment ago, Dick. I mean, this offensive line is starting to weigh on the Seattle Seahawks front.
They're huge.
Oh yeah, Saul McKinley's every bit of that 340 pounds.
Smallest offensive lineman is 6'4", 315. First down, and the pass into the end zone. Gesicki, the intended receiver, and it's broken up by Griffin. Diggs was there too.
And Fitzpatrick is putting this ball in some tight windows. A post route by Gesicki, working to the inside of Griffin.
Great play.
It is
by Griffin.
A little hot sauce on that one by Fitzmagic.
That's textbook style by Shaquille Griffin, who was injured late in the second quarter. Had a shoulder problem last week. Got a big interception. Here's Gaskin. Gaskin wending his way and working his way inside the 10-yard line. Bringing up third down and short for Miami. 7 yards for Myles Gaskin.
Julian Davenport coming. Look at the left side of this offensive line. Just sealing the edge. Ford comes down too, gets a body on Amadi. And it's not a huge gain, but power play. These long, methodical drives just wear on a defense.
Dolphins are averaging 5 yards a clip and have outgained the Seahawks on the ground by 13 yards. So this offensive line opening up some holes and protecting Fitzpatrick as well. Time of possession, big edge for Miami here in this second half. Gaskin is going to be tackled, however, for a loss of 2 yards by Alton Robinson.
And here's decision-making time for Brian Flores. He's going to say, I'm going to look to kick a field goal, rely on my defense. That's done a fairly good job so far today with a couple exceptions.
So
0 for 2 now in the red zone.
Yeah. And you said it, they've got to, at some point, going to have to get that touchdown unless they field goal him to death, and win the game that way. This will be a 29-yard try. Sanders is 4 for 4 today. 3 of the 4 have been for more than 40 yards. And Jason Sanders remains perfect on the day. 5 for 5, and it's now a 17-15 game. Seattle's defense does a great job in holding him, but now the lead is down to 2.
Hey, good morning.
Get a dozen Double Crunch shrimp for $1 with any steak entree, only at Applebee's.
Football was a passion that turned into an obsession until one day I became an optometrist that watches a lot of football.
Pepsi, made for football. Watch it.
We made USAA insurance for this season and the veterans that never quit on their team. When being a fan gets tough and stretching your budget gets even tougher, our agents put in the time and legwork for you. So saving on auto insurance is easy. Because saving a little extra goes a long way. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA.
At T-Mobile, we believe access to the internet equals opportunity. That's why we're launching our most ambitious program ever, Project 10 Million. To help close the homework gap by offering school districts free internet access and mobile hotspots for 10 million eligible households over the next 5 years. T-Mobile, working to connect every student.
Bob's Burgers has a case of the itches.
You don't think there's any chance Gene gave you penworms?
Gene probably gave me worms.
All new tonight on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
Well, the Dolphins get points out of this drive, but it's the usual points of 3, but they held the ball for 8 minutes, 73 yards, and the 5th field goal of the game for Sanders. Longest scoring drive of the season for the Miami Dolphins, trailing by 2.
Look at Fitz teaching the rookie Tua Tagovailoa. He's got a bright future.
And as Brian Flores said, 1 play away from Tua from getting in there. But what about Miami's defense today?
No, I think the biggest thing is they've done a pretty good job finding different ways of distracting and pressuring and getting hits on Russell Wilson. And in the red zone, putting pressure and finding ways to get turnovers. Particularly Xavier Howard jumps underneath Metcalf for the big pick coming out of halftime. The defense has really, with a couple exceptions, kept them in this ball game. Now an opportunity to try to get a stop here. And the ball back to their offense.
Shaq Lawson, by the way, who went to the locker room, was back out on the field for the Dolphins. First down on the 25. Quick pass, and it's caught. A good gain on first down to Tyler Lockett, his first catch of the game, as we send it down to Sarah Walsh.
Dick, you saw Shaq Lawson go straight from the field into the locker room. I can tell you, he came running out of the locker room back onto the field like it was pregame warm-ups, and he was hyped up. He ran straight to his line on the bench, high-fived everybody. And you can see, standing behind this bench, the confidence this defense and momentum they feel that they have right now against the Seahawks. Shaq back out there. He's listed as questionable with the shoulder, but he's playing, guys.
Sarah, this is a team that is together. There's no question. You can sense the chemistry of this club is outstanding. Second down and 1. Chris Carson with the first down. Tackle made by Brandon Jones, the rookie from Texas. 8 yards on that play for Carson.
I just think you look at all the young pieces, and just from our time talking with their head coach, Brian Flores, you get a sense that these guys want to play for him. And you can see why he got the head coaching job. He's a good communicator, good teacher of the game of football.
Well, Kyle Van Noy wants to play for you and knows what you did when you were an assistant in New England. That speaks volumes. First down from the 42.
Contract didn't hurt either.
It's always a consideration, I hear. Play action. And Wilson, with a great touch, completes the pass to Tyler Lockett. So Lockett, who was just targeted a couple of times, now has emerged here in this fourth quarter. Well, they've been on him, but he makes the play on Lockett.
And they've had these crossing routes throughout the course of the game. Remember earlier in the game, Lockett dropped one of those versus zone coverage. This time man-to-man. And versus man-to-man coverage is 2 ways of getting open. Crossing routes and figuring out some of those different pick plays when working vertically.
So 30 yards on that one. 6:44 on the clock. It'll be first down. And here's DJ Dallas with a short gain. Two-yard pickup by Dallas. Pete Carroll coming east and trying to pick up his 4th consecutive victory. Second down and 8. Seahawks have made just enough of the long pass play to make it count for them. Wilson up the middle, and it's Dallas. First down for the Miami rookie who was picked on the 4th round. 9-yard pickup, Rowe on the tackle.
He's got that gold mouth guard in there. Very appropriate for a U player. Gold turnover chain.
And Miami trying to make defensive changes quickly. And Russell Wilson going for the end zone. And the pass is caught for the touchdown. And a flag is down as well. Penalty marker down. David Moore, who made the big catch before halftime to set up a score for Seattle.
Looks like it's going to be on Igbenogany.
It would be 17 yards if the penalty is on Miami and would be declined.
12 men on defense after the snap. Penalties declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
So Miami tried to make some late changes, Brady, on defense, and Seattle was at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's what tempo will do. And typically this Seattle Seahawks offense wants to rush to the football to try to see if they can either get you changing personnel or get you sleeping. In this case, look at the concentration by David Moore, elevating to catch the football, but then getting 2 feet in bounds and completing the process of the catch as he goes to the ground.
And Myers is on for the extra point. For Moore, it's his 2nd touchdown reception of the year. And the extra point by Jason Myers is good. Wilson to Moore for 17 yards. Caps a 75-yard drive, and it's 24-15 Seattle. Less than 5.5 left.
Corona Hard Seltzer is here, delivering refreshing flavors and pure beach vibes. It's another way to find your beach.
What the heck happened here?
Lamar, what are you doing here?
It's football season.
It's Heisman time?
It's Heisman time! Woo!
Corn chips, cheddar sour cream chips, jalapeno chips.
Come on, man. I don't got all day.
Ketchup chips.
The King is calling to tell us about the 3 for $3 deal.
I get a double cheeseburger.
Fries?
I get a drink.
For only $3?
That sounds like a win-win-win situation.
Good times are calling with a 3 for $3. Order it on the BK app. Your way, way better.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. Thanks again for the Rogers rate on my insurance.
There's no Rogers rate. State Farm just has surprisingly great rates.
I won't tell anybody, okay?
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network. Include the best in entertainment like Apple Music and offer plans to mix and match starting at $35. Plus, get 2 Samsung Galaxy S20 FE 5G phones for $200 when you switch. Only at Verizon.
Hello, I'm next.
The rogue AI is after my family.
It's anything with a lens, a mic, or a sensor. We need to find this thing and kill it.
Next, a new event series premieres Tuesday on Fox.
I'm a hot boy like the summer, my wrist cold like winter. Yeah, that's me. Winter, chicken. I'm a hot boy like the summertime, wrist cold like winter. I got 20 inside my...
Go to NFLshop.com and gear up.
And welcome back to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. It is now a 9-point lead for the Seahawks, their biggest advantage of the game. 5:24 remaining in the fourth. Russell Wilson with his second touchdown pass of the game. Thrown for 328 yards. Myers kicking to Jakeem Grant. And the Dolphins will take it on the 25 with the touchback.
Let's go back to the touchdown. You can see the Seattle Seahawks, they rush to the line of scrimmage. Miami is still trying to substitute personnel. Some of the guys aren't even down into a stance, and Seattle's already snapping the football, and they've got 4 guys running vertical. That's what puts pressure on opposing defenses and where mistakes come in. So look at this throw. I mean, you can't put this in a better spot for Moore to be able to make a play on the football.
That's Wilson at his precise best. And Moore has made 2 big catches in this game. Fitzpatrick gets about 9 yards to Devontae Parker on first down.
And the tough thing right now for Miami is they haven't been able to get a ton of big plays today versus the Seattle Seahawks defense. You're down 2 scores, and so you got to rush in a hurry, but they need some chunks now too.
And incomplete to Isaiah Ford. Will be 3rd down and 1.
Fitzpatrick's got to find a way of utilizing his legs. Seattle's playing some rush 3, drop 8. A lot of guys out there in coverage on you. You got to threaten them with your legs as a quarterback to force some of those guys to come out of coverage.
They've done well. Have the Dolphins on 3rd down conversions, 5 for 11 today. And you'd have to say they have 2 downs to get the 1 yard without question here, down by 9 at this stage. Myles Gaskin, he'll get the first down. Out to the 36. And slow getting up is Robert, or check that, Solomon Kinley, the rookie from Georgia. First down and an interception. Shaquille Griffin. And Griffin with a big interception here. Last week picked one off late in the second quarter that led to a Seattle touchdown, and he makes a big one here. Second pick thrown by Fitzpatrick, and the Seahawks get it back in Dolphin territory.
So he's going to be running a post route, and it's going to be Griffin who's got eyes the entire time. Or excuse me, it was a seam from forward, but he's got eyes the entire time on Fitzpatrick, and that's just a ball that you can't afford to throw to give your chance any chance in this game. But a couple of times, though, Fitzpatrick tested this Seattle Seahawks secondary and defense. He got lucky. This time, not so much.
So with Adams, the All-Pro, out, and Quentin Dunbar and Nico Thorpe, backup cornerback. Lano Hill as well, really depleted the secondary. Shaquille Griffin, who's been bothered with a shoulder injury himself. Second interception of the game, and the quick out to Metcalf. Metcalf breaks a tackle, gets a first down, racing down the sideline. And Metcalf gets into the end zone. You see where they spot it, and it looks like they may spot it at about the 1 or 2 yard line. It will be a 32-yard play. The quick to Metcalf, who did the rest himself.
Gotta love that if you're Russell Wilson. Just an easy, quick completion to Metcalf, who's got a ton of cushion, but it's the speed and the physicality. At 6'4", 230 pounds, he's tough to stop.
And the handoff to Carson. Touchdown. Chris Carson goes over for the touchdown, and the Seattle Seahawks locked in a tough battle with the Miami Dolphins for most of this game, putting it away with some big defensive efforts.
What good teams do is they seize opportunities.
Right.
And in both occasions on interceptions by Fitzpatrick, they scored touchdowns today. You know, they caught the defense sleeping right before half, the big completion to Moore, and then they catch the defense trying to substitute another big completion to Moore. That's what good offense, that's what good teams and great quarterbacks do. That's what Russell Wilson is.
Second touchdown of the game for Carson. And Myers adds the 31st point, 31-15, Seattle.
As we take another look at the Metcalf play, he's got a little bit of everything in his game. Boy, has he developed into something. A bit of a face mask there towards the end, but you know, when I watch him, Dick, he reminds me of another receiver that played for a long time, had a lot of production, size-wise, and just looking at what he did in his rookie year and looking at Terrell Owens, you know, very similar. And Owens in his second year had a very similar, year to what DK Metcalf was able to do. So this guy, to me, he's got a bright future. See them both with their shirts off a lot too.
Metcalf with his great play, getting it close for Carson to get the touchdown, 31-15. So here are the Seahawks, who are in the 30s once again scoring wise, coming into the game, averaging 37 points a game, second to the Packers. Well, Thursday Night Football returns to Fox. Brady and the all-new Bucs look like the real deal as he meets Super Bowl 52 rival Nick Foles and the Bears on Fox NFL Network and streaming on Prime Video. That'll be Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific.
The Bucs have been in a dogfight today versus the Los Angeles Chargers, but they've recently just taken the lead, and Chicago's got Indy later on today, now with Nick Foles as their starting quarterback.
Yeah, making that quarterback change. Matt Nagy last week. First down at the 25 for the Dolphins. Fitzpatrick's pass caught by Ford in a first down out to the 36-yard line. Seattle has scored 14 points off of Dolphin turnovers today, which has loomed large. Miami, 5 field goals for Jason Sanders, not been able to crack the end zone against the Seahawk defense. Pass is incomplete, again trying to go to Ford. Kurt Menefee, let's check in with Kurt.
All right, Dick, Tom Brady having the kind of afternoon like I guess Russell Wilson's had the last 2 weeks. 5 touchdown passes in this game against the Chargers. That went to Keyshawn Vaughn. Put the Bucs back on top in a seesaw affair, 35-31. They are in the fourth quarter.
All right, Kurt. Vintage Tom Brady. Second down and 10. And that's caught by Parker. And it looks like he may be close to another first down, and he is. First down for Parker. 10-yard gain.
You know, talking with Pete Carroll just about how many yards their defense has given up this year. So it's a little bit misleading because we're not really giving up too many big plays. He said it's more because we're up in games and teams have to throw to come back.
And there's wide open catch made by Jakeem Grant. And making the tackle was Shaquem Griffin, who was activated from the practice squad for the game. Hurry up offense for Miami. Down by a big margin, and the clock a factor of 2:46. Here's Parker, and Parker will get a first down and get inside the Seahawk 20. Bobby Wagner on the tackle. Miami still has all 3 of its timeouts remaining. That was an 18-yard pickup.
And look, it's still a 2-score game.
Yes, it is.
A couple touchdowns, couple 2-point conversions.
And on the screen to Gaskin. Gaskin picks up 8. Wright was downfield on the pass defense.
This is where, if you're looking for a quick score, matchups with Parker on the outside, working on Flowers.
Second and 2. Looking for time and a receiver, and his pass is knocked down. Preston Williams was the receiver, and it was knocked down by Shaquille Griffin. Down to the 2-minute warning here in Miami. Seahawks 31-15.
Here?
Nah.
Here. Nope.
Here.
When the middle of nowhere is somewhere. The all-new Chevy Trailblazer.
Decorative towel.
There was a mess. I wiped up a mess.
Yeah, you.
Where is the butt? Never mind, I found it.
When game day is a go, there's a Bud Light there.
That's half the fun of a new house, seeing what people left behind in the attic.
Well, saving on homeowner's insurance with Geico's help was pretty fun, too.
Oh, it's a tiny dancer.
They left a ton of stuff up here.
Well, enjoy your house.
Nope. No, thank you.
Geico could help you save on homeowners and renters insurance.
According to local building codes, fences can have a maximum height of 96 inches. Food for thought. Let's put the home in Home Team.
The pan, the myth, the legend, the comfort food that started it all. The original pan from Pizza Hut for just $10.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
One of these fan favorites is going home.
Breaking news! A Masked Singer twist.
Oh my God!
The Masked Singer, all new Wednesday on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
And let's bring you up to date on the rest of the schedule in Week 4 in the NFL, including tonight and tomorrow night. These games all to be played later on. 3rd down and 2. Dolphins on the 10. Fitzpatrick will run for the first down, run in the end zone, and get there for a touchdown. So the Dolphins, maybe too little too late, but you don't know. It's a 2-score game now, a 1-score game, as Fitzpatrick runs in from 10 yards for a score.
Let's take another look at the run and just the effort. This is one of the things that you see and you love to see from Ryan Fitzpatrick. He drops back, and then they've got a lot of guys back into coverage. Talked about it earlier in the drive. Just make someone be responsible for the quarterback.
2nd rushing touchdown of the year for Fitzpatrick, and the Dolphins going for 2. Remember, they still have 3 timeouts remaining.
Shaquille Griffin's off the field. Lyndon Stevens, yeah, he's come in for him. That's a matchup I try to work if I can. He's matched up on Parker now.
And the pass is going to be caught for the 2-point conversion to Preston Williams. There it is. And now it's an 8-point game. And still time.
It's just a quick 1 step and get across his face. And if you're Preston Williams, get a 6'5" frame. Use that entire body to shield off Trey Flowers for the conversion. And now the question comes down to whether or not you elect to kick an onside kick, or if you want to kick down, cover down, and utilize your timeouts.
I mean, if you don't make the onside kick, you're basically out of the game, although you would have to use
still got
the
timeouts. Still got 3 timeouts.
Defense.
You just need to stop.
Yeah.
But then it becomes, you know, if Seattle was to punt the football, you know, if you could force them to go 3 and out, you get a lot longer field you've got to work with.
(31-23). Seahawks up by 8. And let's see how the Dolphins play it now. Here's Sanders, who has 5 field goals in 5 tries today, by the way. And the onside kick. And it's recovered by Seattle. And it's Jacob Hollister, the tight end. So the Seahawks will have good field position, and that would indicate that the Dolphins will probably use their timeouts on defense right now.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to either way, no matter what they did. But it was interesting with the Seattle Seahawks hands team. You know, usually you got some wide receivers out there. They had all their tight ends. It was Olsen on one side, Disley on the other, and then Jacob Hollister in the middle. It tells you what they think about that group.
And the injured Dolphins have come back. We saw Lawson back in the lineup. Landon Roberts, also who was shaken up, is back. So it's a first down on the 43 for Seattle. Hand off to Carson. And Carson picking up about 4 yards, and the Dolphins immediately called their first timeout.
30-second timeout.
Now, if they had kicked it deep, Brady, and they might have seen what they had done on the first play, you know, who knows, they might not have had to use all of their timeouts defensively, depending. They do now, right?
Yeah, I think either way you're going to have to use your timeouts. I mean, Seattle's going to obviously try to run some time off the clock. So if you want to preserve time, it really comes down to, you know, do you want potentially a shorter field or a longer field, depending on how much time you have left. But it's not going to matter if they give up a first down here to Seattle.
They got 4 yards on first down, so it'll be 2nd down and 6. Carson has rushed for 74 yards and 2 touchdowns after suffering a tough injury last week. Thought it might be more serious than it was. Carson again, and gets to midfield, and the second timeout immediately called.
Timeout. Miami, second charge, 30-second timeout.
So it'll be 3rd and short coming up for the Seahawks.
You know, last time this Seattle Seahawks team was 3-0, and maybe even getting to 4-0 was go back to their Super Bowl year in 2013. I was part of that team in the offseason, and you really felt like they had something special. Now it was different. You know, this is a Seattle team that was really led by their defense, their running game, and then Russell Wilson, when called upon, making some special plays. And you kind of get the sense of that too with this Seattle team this year. They got to fix some things. There's no doubt about it, but
Well, they're the players, and Urban, of course, lost for the year. Now the Seahawks call a timeout. There's a list of the players remaining, and of course, Urban out for the year. Some of the others are still there, as we mentioned, including those linebackers. But this has been a change in format for what Seattle has done in the last couple of years. And they're playing in a very tough division, the toughest arguably in the league. I want to remind you that bonus coverage heading your way between the Browns and the Cowboys following this game.
No, I think, and even just how they're going about doing it. I mean, offensively, we talked about it to begin. Throwing a lot more on first and second down. You know, not hammering away with the rushing attack. That's been different. Their defense, you know, doesn't have the same pass rush or same coverage like the Legion of Boom like we used to see.
3rd down and 3. And the handoff is to Carson. Close to the first down yardage. And the Dolphins call the timeout, stopping the clock with 1 minute and 36 seconds. Here are the highlights, and Carson started it off.
Yeah, it was somewhat of a back and forth game. You know, Seattle was able to take advantage of an early turnover and convert it into a touchdown. Miami hung in there with a bunch of field goals, but it's been Seattle taking advantage of some opportunities, some big plays downfield. Fitzpatrick turning the football over. And really, if not for some of the mistakes, this Miami Dolphins team, this game might be a little bit closer, but it's already been
measurement.
Whew. Gotta get out
and
that index
down.
card.
First down for the Seahawks. And barring a miracle, that should seal it for Seattle. And now Bobby McCain saying, let's review it.
Yeah.
Challenge it. It's an upstairs deal.
You got to take the mask off there.
It would be a review from upstairs if they're going to take a look at the spot of that ball. Meanwhile, we have a game break. Let's check in with Carissa.
Ooh, we got a game here in Dallas, Dick. They trail by 27 points to start the 4th quarter. CeeDee Lamb, 5-yard touchdown here. Dak's 4th of the day, 2-point conversion good. Dallas is only down by 3 with 3:42 left to play. Dick?
And we're headed there as soon as this game's over.
What happened to defense in the NFL nowadays? I mean, my gosh.
You know, I remember the days in which teams just didn't come from behind. If you were down 17-3, that's all she wrote.
Let's take another look at that last 3rd down play. Heck of a second effort by Carson. You know, the difficulty is if you're trying to challenge that spot up in the booth or look at it again, you know, it's going to be tough to figure out how you
to overturn it.
Yeah, I mean, how you have anything indisputable there.
Can't challenge it. It's a booth review all the way here.
You know what we should do is Dean Blandino, who he works sometimes on Sundays.
Oh, come on.
Should we get him involved or no?
All right, what do you think? I say yes.
Okay.
Dean, we voted 2-0 to get you involved on this thing.
Well, it's about time. I've been sitting here waiting, listening to you guys. You know, Brady's, explaining rules now. He's a rules guy all of a sudden. This is close. Obviously a big play, 3rd down. And you don't have what they refer to as a big line, right? The 35 to 40. It's between, it's right. You have to get a look down the line, find the football. These are so tough. I don't see anything to overturn this. And obviously it's a booth review inside 2 minutes.
And you certainly couldn't tell by this picture. Just a lot of players in front of the deal there, and they placed it, they measured it. Carson were hurt last week, has come back big, gaining 80 yards on 16 carries, scoring 2 touchdowns today.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field of a first down will stand.
And just as Dean and we kind of figured not much to overturn that call. So,
you know, I know the record doesn't look good. You know, it was the Bill Parcells quote, "You are what your record says you are." But I do think this Miami team is making some strides. They've got to fix some things. There's some gaps here and there, but this is a young football team. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick is the only guy who's above the age of 30 on the roster.
Yeah, Kyle Van Noy's 29, and he's the second oldest player on that team. So I think that you can always tell a team, even before they start to be a winning team in a division, you can see them on the field and sense that they're cohesive, that they're playing together, and they don't make the terrible mistake.
And the next question is when does potentially Tua Tagovailoa come into play? You know, he's the 5th overall pick. He's the guy that these Miami fans have been clamoring for. And so based on his health, based on his progression, you know, that's going to be the next question, I think, at some point this year for this Dolphins team. We're seeing other rookies go in and play well. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert for the Chargers. Tua's kind of that next guy everyone wants to see.
2 road games coming up for the Dolphins, as you saw, San Francisco and Denver. Then they come home to face the Chargers. But the Seattle team came in, and even after beating Jacksonville, this is a heady team to have to play in that 4-0 start, second time in history. And as you mentioned, back in 2013, they went on to win the Super Bowl.
Well, I think the biggest thing for them right now is to get healthy. You know, this is a team that's been battling